Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of John Matrixx Talks Movies. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me. Today, I want to talk about ways that Star Wars Episode 9 can actually save Star Wars as a whole in the movie theaters. Now, I'm not talking about Disney Plus on a streaming service. That's completely different. Star Wars has always been a big event at the movie theater. And I think that's kind of being lost now as the buzz for Star Wars seems to be on the decline. It was pretty much at a high with the Force Awakens. That came in at $2 billion. Star Wars The Last Jedi came down to $1.3 billion. Rogue One was at around $1 billion. And Solo fell off a cliff at $392 million. So, what needs to be done to revitalize Star Wars in the movie theater? I came up with some reasons and some things that need to be done to actually correct some of the things to get Star Wars back on track. J.J. Abrams has a big task at hand, and I don't expect him to even follow one of these things. First off, Luke has to be the main character of this movie. Luke has to be the main character of this movie. Yes, I said it twice. Rey needs to take a back seat to Luke. Now, we all know that Luke basically died in The Last Jedi. Can J.J. Abrams actually bring him back to life to make fans happy? I guess technically he could. Because going back to Return of the Jedi, Obi-Wan Kenobi actually came back to life initially. And then that was cut out. But even if he's just a Force ghost, Luke needs to take charge of this movie. He cannot be the character that was in The Last Jedi. He cannot be a grumpy old man. He needs to be an older, wiser version of the person that was in the Return of the Jedi. He needs to be Jedi Master Luke Skywalker with his green lightsaber, wrecking shop. That's what needs to be done. Mainly, that's the main thing that needs to be done to actually get Star Wars back on track. Also, not a lot of people have talked about this. R2-D2 and C-3PO need bigger roles. They have done absolutely nothing through the first two movies of the sequel trilogy. Now, we all know that Disney and Lucasfilm, they want to kill the past. They have basically sent R2-D2 and C-3PO to their deaths. They gave BB-8 a pretty significant role in The Force Awakens, and even in The Last Jedi, he had a bigger role than R2-D2 and C-3PO. C-3PO basically had like a few lines in the Force Awakens, didn't do much in The Last Jedi, just kind of stood there. R2-D2 was just basically really disrespected, given almost no screen time whatsoever, no lines in The Force Awakens. He really only had like one that I can think of in The Last Jedi when he actually reunites with Luke. That's really about it. People love those two droids. They need a much bigger role, and they need to be themselves. Don't deviate from the template. George Lucas gave you the template. It's there. Just use it. They're the comedy relief for this movie, not General Hux and Poe Dameron giving horrible jokes. Also, this needs to happen also. Stop killing off classic characters. We all know that Lando Calrissian is coming back. Lando Calrissian has to live. Chewbacca has to live. They're basically the only classic characters left that they haven't killed off. Han Solo killed off. Luke Skywalker killed off. Leia. Carrie Fisher's actually really deceased. I don't think they're going to kill off Princess Leia, General Leia, whatever you want to call her. But I think Chewie and Lando Calrissian, I should say, are ripe for the picking. They are probably on the Disney hit list for this movie, And I can tell you it better not happen, or Star Wars Episode 9 will be a sinking ship. The classic characters don't need to be killed off anymore. It has to stop. It really, really has to stop now. And J.J. Abrams, you can prevent that. Finally, make this movie feel like Star Wars. Now, we all know that The Last Jedi felt nothing at all like a Star Wars movie. To me, even The Force Awakens did not feel like a Star Wars movie. The use of the Force is completely different from anything that we have seen before in the George Lucas Star Wars movie. We always thought you needed a master and apprentice. The apprentice learned from the master of the Force. That has not really happened in this movie when it comes to Rey. So make it feel like a Star Wars movie. Have the comedy in just the right places, and also make the universe feel big. Because so far the battle with the Resistance and the battle with the First Order, it just seems like two gangs going against each other. It doesn't really feel like it's a galactic threat. Make it feel big. Make it feel huge. Make it feel like Star Wars. That's all we're asking for. That's all I'm asking for. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.